Hello everybody, and welcome to my video on what I think of a trope. Now I know it's been a while since I've done anything. I haven't honestly uploaded a video in a while. Though I will try to honestly address it, but in a different video. But in the meantime, I do want to try to get this video together. It's not going to be something that's going to go wild, especially with how small my channel is. But for the meantime, it will honestly help, at least with me getting actual videos produced. So I have been watching some videos about hot takes. Some on Steven Universe, and some on Shrek 2. I love the idea of talking about tropes. Some being good, some not so great. The reason why is because I have myself written stories, some being good, some that are questioning my sanity.
Could you stop that? The T-29 said, the music in the bar stopped, the lower tiers just tried to look away as the M4 who was ready to fight, turned towards his adversary and then realizes the situation he was in. What do you want? The M4 said, trying to act tough, though his fear leaked through his bolts.
Yeah, I had a life. I started to write when I was in middle school. Admittedly, it started out where everyone starts out. Bare bones and barely decipherable. Over the years of writing, I've gotten better. But it's also opened my eyes to tropes and which ones I appreciate. I have a big interest in World War II. It was a terrible, horrible war. People died by the millions. War crimes were not just committed by soldiers, there was a pure evil. It is a terrible piece of history, but it is a goldmine of history. With a pure evil, good could rise, albeit with flaws. But one of the tropes that I have seen from works of fiction and non-fiction still can be seen in the history of war. One of them I like is the idea to have the will to continue. Now that may be called something else, but at the time of writing the script, I haven't come up with similar names. Now I have seen this mainly with a lot of movies while writing. I have had thoughts of dismissing WALL-E as a movie with this trope, then I remembered some of the scenes. The scene where WALL-E is trapped in the garbage cube could be one from Eve's standpoint. Not to mention when a weakened WALL-E tries to stop the descending platform. But in regards to the latter scene, it could be argued that it's more of a continuation of the first scene. It brings me to the first idea of a good example of the will to continue. Now I am no expert on writing, I still have a lot to go. So my take is that a good scene has mainly this. 1. To have a target lose all hope. 2. To have something internal or external rekindle hope. And 3. For it to inspire others or be demoralizing to the enemy/conflict. Now, I might as well explain what I mean. Point 1. To lose all hope. Here's a scene to give an idea of hope being lost that I have thought up for a future chapter. It has been days since the assault commenced. We have lost 20% of our vehicles on the first day due to misleading information on the wall's defense. We lost about 50% of our total vehicles and had to retreat to the hills just ahead of the wall. Their auto-targeting system cannot target us from there. Still, they send piecemeal units up to rough us up. We've lost 3 whole crews through these ambushes. Without the support of Blank's naval forces, we have no way to bombard the walls with planes without massive casualties. We don't even have the manpower to try that. Do we even still have a chance anymore? Or is this our fate? To have fought a massive uphill battle just to be steamrolled at the end? I do not even know if I have the strength to continue. Now that may or may not be a good example, but it exhibits point 1's idea. To lose hope, they had hope. I will state this as a disclaimer. The wall is not connected to anything in real life, mainly because there is no such thing as an 88mm anti-everything capable of auto-targeting or the ability to take on plunging fire and ground targets with a computer system. The idea is to have something come close, then to seem as if it is all gone within moments of arriving, to cause one to lose hope. Point 2. They surround the main camp. A group of mercs came in with heavy tanks. There is no chance. I walk out to see the gleaming metal point its heavy caliber at us. Give up and your execution will be quick. The leader shouts over the speakers. The pure hatred that these idiots had us by the throat just was the last straw. I had a pistol in my hand. I knew I had no chance of survival. Only thing I knew was that there's a round loaded in the barrel of this tank. Probably HE. Either way, it had an impact-based fuse. I knew if I stood still, I'd be a sitting duck, so I ran. I ran and screamed my life out. I aimed while running and shot at the gun barrel. I hit the muzzle. I expected to die. I had failed at everything. The assault, the defense, and worst of all, at a last-ditch effort to throw mud in the enemy's face. I heard the whistle. The flash was there. I was sure it had ended. Something ended. Then I opened my eyes. The flash was not a muzzle firing the excess gas. It was an explosion from their side. A barrage that destroyed the ambush. The 3 tanks were no more. In on the table next to the tent, the radio blazed to life with hope. I hope those 18.1-inch shells hit their target. The final stand. Most times, when this is used, a group is gone from the picture for a bit, then returns, usually as a result of a forced breakup. It's not always a great way of causing inner conflict, but the payoff can vary into okay territory if handled with care. To have the character at least be facing death is common. Confronting the evil head-on is not always an approach people use. It's due to the idea of them hiding, to try and live and having failed, causing them to be faced with the evil, then something or someone coming to the rescue. Point 3. The group was still waning on the idea of continuing the assault, until they heard the amount of reinforcements that had arrived. More ground units, air units, and enough boats to break through the plunging fire barrier. It's short, but it's something to go off of. A good morale boost can wane into other territory, such as the Wall-E idea. They start with being trapped in the trash cubes. Eve gets free and then brings them to the plant deposit, getting Otto to act and inspiring the captain to stand. From there, it goes into a new part, the final battle. Now whether it's a physical battle or a metaphorical battle, depends on the initial story. Either way, the trope of the will to continue is an awesome trope when implemented correctly, and mediocre at best when done poorly. The idea of getting your butt handed to you, and then continued with renewed strength, is a way of starting and ending to a story. Now I'm going to state this, again. I am no expert. I just thought about sharing my opinion. If you have any movie scenes or book scenes or just story scenes in general, I say take it to the comments. Other than that, I'm going to end it off here, so have a good day.